Okay, so this is the last ranked game that we did last week. I'm going to try and keep this one pretty short because it was pretty short of a game. So, a couple things before this match even started. I feel like there was some pretty poor communication between us in terms of our champ picks. So, Kelvin's actually playing with us in this game on Vlad. He and Nazadan had first pick, so they picked the Vlad and the Kayle. And I don't think the Vlad pick was a good first pick option. Kelvin and I were discussing this after the match. I feel like there may have been better picks that we could have done, more priority picks, like possibly grabbing Thresh early, and because I don't think me taking Zyra this game was smart at all, but that's a problem of my limited champ pool, so I'm trying to rectify that. I've actually been playing Leona most of this week when I've had the chance, and I'm feeling comfortable enough to give her a shot for this upcoming week, but this game it was a crutch because against their team, Zyra, Morgana, which was the other pick I was going to go for, but neither of those would have been good support picks, and I do not have the tankiest support champ pool to deal with a Rengar. So I feel like that was one, just right off the bat, that was a problem, is my limited champ pool, and also I didn't realize that Vesuvio was going to be taking Morgana. So maybe the Thresh pick first would have been better and I could have traded with Kelvin, but we don't normally play with Kelvin. Things were a little odd from the get-go, so that was just something that I'm working on and that I need to be paying more attention to in Champ Select, is just what's available and what isn't. Starting off, Riven's able to get a first blood on Kelvin at about 247, and pretty much this entire game, the problems are Riven and Rengar. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll skip forward a little bit. Not really too much besides just Kelvin didn't fight this too well and she was able to get a kill on him early. Right about here, I think she flash ignites him to get the first kill. No flash, just the ignite. But that kind of starts the Riven snowball up top. Nothing much has been happening in mid lane. Throughout the game, it's mostly just a regular Cho lane. He's just been farming most of the time. So were you, CJ. Towards the end of the game, he's actually out-farmed you, but during laning phase, it's pretty standard. You guys are just poking each other back and forth, so not too much to comment on there. I'm going to go ahead and head down to bot lane at about 4:37 down in bot lane. We're going to be watching the Thresh, so I remember, Dan, you made the comment about using the minion line when we had Thresh on the opposite team, so I was trying to be more mindful of that this game, but that's pretty much what happened here. We had no deaths yet, but the Thresh was able to get a hook on me through the minion lane right at about there. I'm going to go ahead and go back really quick and slow that down. So that's something I need to be more mindful about, is watching my positioning, not give them the opportunity to get a hook on us. That ended up right there. We were able to get out, but we had to blow a flash and a kill for that. So something to work on for sure. Other than that, Dan, your CSing was really good this entire game actually. You stayed above the Ashe the entire time, and I also felt like bot lane, with the exception of the Rengar ganks, we were doing pretty well at keeping them poked out, keeping the harass up, much better than the previous games from, I think, that Wednesday. So I feel like that was good. However, big crutch is we've got the Rengar here, and we have no wards at all. I think both of our trinket wards are up, so we don't have much of an excuse to not have a ward. But that's something that happens here, so I'm going to slow this down real quick and go back. We've got the Ashe ends up, I think she dies here, let me see. Yeah, she does die this once, I think. But this fight gets a little bit split. We have Here we go. The Ashe ends up dying to my plant auto attacks and yours, but you end up getting poked into turret, unfortunately. So even though we were able to get the Ashe, Thresh is able to kill you, while at the same time go back a second and focus on where I am. While I'm trying to get out of here, I should have just gone back, but I ended up staying, and I see the Rengar and try and get out, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. You get killed by a turret at the same time that I get popped by this Rengar. So that was a 1 for 2, not good for us. That was just unfortunate. I should have gone back, and maybe we should have just left the Ashe. Maybe she would have died to the plant, maybe not, but that wasn't the safest play from us, so we need to be careful about that. That happens again at about 7:52. Let's go over there. Again in bot lane, this is a problem of no wards. Again, we have wards in lane, I believe. No, not even that. We have no wards, no vision at all. Rengar is able to ult in through the lane, so maybe even if we had wards, that might not have done us any good. But they're able to engage on us. I get popped pretty much immediately, and then you're able to get out all right. But this is just a problem not only with vision, but with just having a Rengar on the opposite team, and we have no vision wards up. That's my fault. They're able to go straight to dragon off of this. And let's see. Right here at the dragon fight, they're taking dragon. We've got Brent here trying to start something. Dan, you guys are actually getting some pretty good damage. We have CJ's able to kill the Thresh. Instead of going, I'm going to pause this right here. Dan, you actually end up heading to the left straight into the Cho'Gath. If possible, if you might have stayed right here, closer to where CJ is, we might have been able to kill the Rengar and the Ashe before he was popped. As I think his ult just manages to get cancelled right before, so I'm going to go back. We'll slow that down and watch it. Okay, so they're able to get dragon. We see CJ coming in from mids, able to snare the Thresh and kill him. Here we go. I think he flashes in to ult. Here we go. Here we go. Here's a flash ult. Dan maybe should have headed right here. We could have gotten an auto on that Rengar and kept him from popping CJ. Yeah, his ult just manages to stay off, but instead you're killed by the Cho'Gath over here despite Brent's best efforts. But your Ignite did kill the Ashe. However, this Rengar comes out with 2 kills. He's 3-0 with dragon, and they were able to get 3 kills on us. 3 for 2. So definitely not worth. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and speed this back up to normal. That's just the beginning of our problems here. This Riven's just farming, out-farming Kelvin up top, and just getting bigger and bigger. So she becomes a problem most of this game, just being a huge distraction up top. Next big thing, let's see. Here we go. At 10:45, I think was the next time we tried to do something down in bot lane. When the Rengar wasn't there, we were actually doing pretty well. You see we have a little vision in the river and in the lane, so this was better now. That wouldn't have helped us against the Rengar if he planned to ult, but still pretty good. But right around here, I end up trying to initiate with a flash snare on the Ashe, thinking that she would flash the other way. She did not. And we were unable to get the kill on her, despite our best efforts. So, unfortunate, but just something to note. Maybe I need to be a bit better about landing my stuff. In the meantime, we've got no wards up in our top jungle as far as I can see. I know we're not playing with Evan, Kelvin distorted, but so Kelvin's kind of not used to playing with him, but maybe Kelvin should have been keeping some wards, at least at our jungle entrances, so we could keep track of where the Rengar was. but I'm not going to blame Kelvin. He's not one of our normal teammates, so he's doing the best he can. Mid lane's more or less same, just farming. Next big thing is here, 12 minutes. CJ, you put a ward here, right in the river. I'll speed it up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so you have put a ward here, which is good because we have Riven and Cho'Gath heading up. Now, one thing I want to note is we play this. You can see that both of them are here, and yet you're still right here. I feel like that could have been a little bit dangerous if the Cho was able to land a Rupture or if the Riven wanted to start something, but you managed to get out with no problems. So no big complaint, but definitely might want to just be a little bit more careful, especially since the Riven is fed at this point. She's 3-1. So here you're able to ignore that Rupture, but still a little bit risky. Okay, and here we go. Down in bot lane, 1337, so about 13 and a half. This is kind of the point of no return. Down bot is Rengar heading in. Rengar pretty much is just able to get constant kills, double kills on us bot lane. So you see here he ults back in the lane, is able to pop down instantaneously. I'm stuck over here getting killed. I managed to get the Thresh, but no consolation because now Rengar is 5-0. So I feel like this isn't really an issue with our play, this is just an issue with my champ pick. Zyra brings nothing to the table against the Rengar. So even with our wardings, we have their tri-warded, we have lane warded, doesn't do anything against Rengar's ult. So that's the big issue with our bot lane. When Rengar's not there, we're doing okay. As soon as he's there, we get popped instantaneously and he gets super fed. Kelvin actually manages to stay alive here. You guys chase him for a bit. But Kelvin's lane is just weak this entire time. The Riven's able to push almost the entire game uncontested. And when we do have to push her out, we have to invest 2 people, which allows them to take objectives, to push objectives. So that's just the problem with the Riven being fed up top and Kelvin having not much of an impact as she just gets to push top all day and become a constant distraction for us. So here actually, CJ's able to kill the Cho'Gath, able to get his Rupture's ult, and we're able to finish him off. And we take that with pretty much no effort, so that's good. But let's see. Alright. This was an issue in mid lane here. I noticed I caught myself walking in a bad way into lane. Because they're pushing mid, I wanted to try and defend the turret. I should not have gone this way. I ward and I walk in through here, and I get hooked by Thresh. I didn't die, but that was dumb of me. I need to watch my passing. That could have ended up really bad if the Ashe wanted to engage. So I'm here defending turret. Rengar is hanging out in mid too. CJ's heading down, and the Rengar actually is able to get a double kill on us. So we engage. We're able to kill the Ashe. Oh, sorry about my camera. So we're able to get the Ashe, but Rengar is ulted, and he's able to just pop both of us right at the same time. So despite our best efforts, we're not able to defend the turret at all. Rengar is just too big at this point. You can see Riven's been pushing top again, so Kelvin's pretty much just been stuck up top lane trying to defend that turret all game. And at this point, the rest of the game basically means it's just the Riven pushing top, so we have to split our resources to keep top lane. Rengar's able to just wander around and get kills randomly whenever the heck he wants. I think he's able to get one double kill on me and Dan. right at around 17 something, I believe. Yeah. Here we are. See us over here by bot lane. Rengar's heading up through the jungle. He's able to pop CJ. Comes over here. We're still hanging out bot lane. All of our resources are split. Kelvin's still top. We've got Dazadan. Brent just wandering around. You can see here how ineffective we are with the Zyra pick. We're just too squishy to survive the Rengar. So he's able to just ult, come in, pop the both of us immediately. And that's pretty much the end of the game. They're just too big. They push their objectives. We have no defense against them. So I'll stop the review here because there's really nothing else to say. He's 11-0. So at this point, I feel like it was just our picks that lost us this game. I really need to add tankier champs to my support pool, so I've been practicing Leona, and I'd like to see how that works out for us in the next week. But this past week, I was playing Thresh, Zyra, Morgana. Thresh is tanky, but not tanky enough for what we need in games like this, where we have a Riven, we have a Rengar, pretty much instantaneous assassin pop champs. We need to have tankier teams, and I just didn't provide that this game, so that's something I'll work on. Other than that, top lane, I don't have much to say. Kelvin wasn't doing too hot, but he doesn't normally play with us. I feel like he did as best as he could just defending the top turret. Mid lane was actually fine. CJ, you and the Cho just pretty much duked it out for a while, but he was able to pick up some kills and roam, whereas I think it was pretty unsafe for you to roam just by the nature of your champ being squishy against Rengar. So lane-wise, good, but team fight-wise, we just did not have a tanky enough champ pool to play against this team comp. So that was a big problem. And also just the lack of vision on our early objectives was bad as well. But do you guys noticed anything that I missed? I'm still pretty new to these reviews, so let me know if there are things I should be focusing on these reviews or things that I'm not focusing on enough. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I had for this one. It's pretty cut and dry. They snowballed off of us, so. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this.